we have reached the final chapter of the Next.js app router tutorial, adding metadata. Metadata is crucial for SEO, search engine optimization, and shareability. In this chapter, we'll discuss how you can add metadata to your Next.js application. What is metadata? In web development, metadata provides additional details about a web page. Why is metadata important? Metadata plays a significant role in enhancing a web page's SEO, making it more accessible and understandable for search engines and social media platforms. So types of metadata. There are various types of metadata, each serving a unique purpose. The title metadata, title, page title. So that's what we see up here on a tab. That's the title metadata. And ideally, if we go to different pages, right, we would want to see different titles. The description metadata, which provides a brief overview of the web page. This is in the head. We don't see it on the page. We just see it in the metadata. Keyword. I'll show you where that is in a second. Keyword metadata. So keywords. Open graph metadata. So this is like a way for us. You know how you can share a link to somebody on social media like LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter? Sometimes when you post a link, there'll be like an image will automatically show up, like a preview of a website. That's what the Open Graphs stuff deals with. And then favicon metadata, right? So our favicon. So right now we have this default Next logo right here. So let me quickly show you in the head of our HTML document. See all this metadata? This is where it's coming from. See, we don't have a description here right now. But if we go to maybe a google.com, I'm hoping has one. Let's go to the head and let's see if we can find a description. Here maybe. Content, origin. Okay, let's try one more website. W3 Schools. Head. Let's see here. All right, we have the keywords here. HTML, Python, CSS, SQL. Description. Well organized and easy to understand web building tutorials. Okay. Additional metadata. So Next.js has a metadata API that can be used to define your application metadata. There are two ways you can add metadata to your application. Config-based, so we can export a metadata object or a dynamic metadata function in a layout.js or page.js file, or file-based. So Next.js has arranged special files that have metadata purposes, like the favicon.ico, or if we create a file called robots.txt or sitemap.xml, or opengraphimage.jpg. So Next.js will look for these file names, and it'll work with that to help you with your metadata. You have the flexibility to use these files for static metadata, or you can generate them programmatically within your projects. With both these options, Next.js will automatically generate the relevant head elements for your pages. So in your public folder, you'll notice two images. Let's go to our public folder. We have favicon.ico and the open graph image.png. So this open graph, we didn't use it anywhere in our app, but ideally this image should be showing up if we share it on Facebook, for example. So let's move these images to the root of our app folder. Okay, so I'm going to select this, and we're going to move it to our app folder. Okay, so let's close the public. And nothing's going to really change with our website. And so after doing this, now it's in our app folder, we'll automatically identify and use these files for your favicon and OG image. You can verify this by checking the head element of your application DevTools. Yeah, let's check it out. Console, inspector, head. So let's see here. Yeah, here we go. The OG image is now here. These were not here before. And the favicon should be here too. Yeah, here we go. And we also have ones for Twitter. So that's nice. So now we share our website on Twitter. It'll show a nice preview of this nice preview of our app. So now, something that's you'll see more often when you start a Next.js project from scratch. Let's go to our app layout page. So the main layout right here. And we can export metadata we can export a object called metadata on every layout or page. And it has a lot of properties, but these are the 3 that they want us to work with: the title, description, and metadata base. So it looks like that's our, we'll explain it. Let's see here. Next.js will automatically add a title and metadata to your application. But what if you want to add title for a specific page? Let's freeze on that. Let's look at metadata base here. Metadata base is a convenience option to set a base URL prefix for metadata fields that require a fully qualified URL. Allows URL-based metadata fields defined in the current route segment and below to use a relative path instead of an otherwise required absolute URL. The field's relative path will be composed with metadata base to form a qualified URL. If not configured, metadata base is automatically populated with default value. So the output is... Okay, so it makes it easier to have more dynamic routes. So you can easily generate these 3 paths by using the base URL. Cool, okay. So now, remember this title, remember what the title for the metadata was? The title was what shows in the tab, right? So now if you look at our tab, we have Acme Dashboard. That's what we have here. But now we have Acme Dashboard on every page. Or we should. I'm going to reboot my dev server. Yeah, so now we have Acme Dashboard on every page because we're in the main layout. So it's the only part where we have metadata. So now it's going to apply to everything, which is better than nothing. So now it's saying, what if we want to have a custom title for a specific page? So let's go to our app dashboard invoices page. And let's bring in metadata here. So let's import metadata from Next. And we'll export the function metadata, and we'll just change the title, invoices acme.dashboard. So because our layout still has this description and metadata base, this is going to apply to every page unless we override it. So here we're just overriding the title. So we have Acme Dashboard on our dashboard. So if we go to invoices, we have invoices Acme Dashboard. Customers still has Acme Dashboard, home still has Acme Dashboard, but invoices has invoices Acme Dashboard. So now we can provide more scoped metadata to our functions, to our pages, to our website. So this works, but we're repeating the title of the application every page. So now, it's like, so let's make it a little easier for ourselves. Let's go back to our layout, and we can use something called a template. So a template, instead of using a string, we can turn the title into an object. And we can use template %s Acme Dashboard. And the default will be Acme Dashboard. So in other words, the title will be Acme Dashboard by default, but if you want to use the template, you can just put whatever you want and replace this placeholder %s. So if we go back to our invoices, we can just type in invoices. We can bring it back here, and we will see that we have everything should be back to where it was. Let's see. Invoices. Still have invoices up here because we're using the template. Okay, and now if you learned about metadata, practice by adding titles to the other pages. Sure, why not? Let's go to our login page. Let's copy from the create real quick. I'm going to copy these 2 lines. Import metadata from Next and export const metadata. So let's do it real quick for our login page. It's right here. We're just going to type in login. Save. Done. Dashboard page. So that's going to be... Where's our dashboard page? We don't have a dashboard page, but we have a dashboard layout. So we'll just do it there. Dashboard. Dashboard customers. It's right here. Customers. dashboard invoices create page. I'm gonna call it create invoice. I'm gonna copy this. And I assume the edit page, yes, edit page right here. And actually, because we're in the dynamic route ID, we could actually make this dynamic, like saying title, edit, ID number, invoice. But that's a little bit out of scope of this tutorial. So you can look into that. Look up dynamic metadata. Okay, now let's test it out. So we're on the I think I'm having some issues with the caching, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the .next. Ignore what I'm doing right now real quick. Okay, let's reboot everything. I'm actually gonna go into our data file, and that delay that we had for, let's reduce it to 2 seconds. Okay. Okay, so dashboard, Acme dashboard. This should not be invoices. I'm not sure why. Let's go back to our invoices. Oh, it's because of our template. I see. So I made a mistake here in this layout. This layout should not have this. So where is our dashboard page? Oh, it's an overview. Okay. So let's go back to scratch. Okay. Dashboard, Acme dashboard. Invoices, Acme dashboard. Customers, Acme dashboard. Invoices. Create invoice, Acme dashboard. We should have edit invoice. Let's sign out. Login, Acme dashboard. Let's sign back in one more time. User at nextmail.com. I think that's the username. Cool. And that's the end of our dashboard. A really nice mobile, like prepared, responsive dashboard tutorial. And yeah, we've completed chapter 6. Next steps, let's just take a peek at that. So yeah, all this documentation on everything. There's more templates. There's a YouTube channel, the repository, more docs, product walkthrough. Share your Next.js app with @Next.js on Twitter, or I guess X now. And yeah, you completed the course. Congrats. I hope you learned something, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.